The Civic Initiative is an 18-month project that aims to empower citizens to engage in complex policy issues and to find practical solutions. It's a 4-stage process. The first stage has been community-based workshops, of which we did 38 across Northern Ireland and in border counties. The second stage is an open call for further evidence and submissions, and the third stage is a citizens forum on housing using members of the public who've been recruited through a postal lottery system. The fourth stage of the Civic Initiative project includes recommendations and reports which will be delivered to the Northern Ireland Assembly, the UK Government and the Irish Government. We hope through this process to demonstrate the enormous capability and capacity that citizens have to engage in these kind of processes, and that citizens' assemblies work and are needed.
I feel initiatives like these, forums like these, are very important. I genuinely hope more of these things, more of these initiatives happen in the near future.
It's an opportunity for people to come together from all different backgrounds, all different passions, all different walks of life, and actually really make their voice heard.
My experience was so good, and I recommend every young people, please just come and have your say.
The Civic Initiative workshops are for everybody who has an interest in any of our key aims, and those range from poverty and housing and human rights and education. So it's a lot of things that impact everybody's day-to-day lives. So if you have an opinion on your day-to-day life, then the workshops are for you.
I think there's lots of things I really like about the Civic Initiative, but I think the main one really is that it's about trying to give a voice to civic society. It's about, 25, 26 years now since the Good Friday Agreement, and there was all kinds of talk really at that time about a civic forum, which has never really materialised. But I think within the Civic Initiative, we believe that the voices of civic society, the voices of ordinary people, the voices of community organisations need to be heard. I think it's been a huge benefit. I think this evening has been very significant, and some very clear messages are being heard and being sent, and ultimately change happening for a better Northern Ireland for everybody going forward.
This is the Women's Forum, and coming from Women's Aid, always giving that opportunity for women's voices to be heard is vitally important. I think this is a really valuable process, and definitely one that is required in Northern Ireland. And I really respect the process that it was given its own platform to get feedback from the sector.
Really enjoyed taking part in today's session. It's been brilliant to meet so many other women in the room from all different sectors and all different communities across Belfast, and talking about the kind of issues that matter, and just a reminder of how important it is to come together and talk about these issues and make sure that we're progressing and pushing for change.
I'm here in Derry, Londonderry for the third day of the Citizens Forum on Housing. The Citizens Forum on Housing involves members of the public who've been recruited through a postal lottery system to be generally representative of Northern Irish society. Over the course of 3 days, citizens have taken part in a deliberative process where they've been engaging in complex policy issues to find positive, practical solutions to challenges impacting the housing crisis. And they have come up with practical solutions that can address some of the big issues impacting communities across Northern Ireland and border counties. Citizens taking part in this process will have not taken part in something like it before, and it has been an incredible privilege to be a part of that process, to see the relationships being built and the capacity that people have to be able to engage on this kind of policy and decision making.